Guys, so I've read a lot of cases today. I've done 3 so far. I'm going to do one more tonight, then I'm going to give it a rest. But what I'm trying to do is I'm starting to do some readings for some unsolved cases that are going on. Not just always missing, though I'm going to do a lot of missing. Pretty much what I do is I'm going to read tarot. I do have a deck that I kind of made to deal with kind of missing person crime type situations. And then also, I try to pick up on keywords, so I will jot things down that I hear that maybe could narrow the scope to a location that somebody could possibly be. So tonight we're going to do the case of Brooklyn Farthing. That was a case that was brought to me in my group that I was asked to read. 18 years old, disappeared from, let's see, on Friday, June 21st, 2013. So she's been missing for some time. And she was from Berea, Kentucky. So this is my second Kentucky case. What's going on in Kentucky? I don't know. But something going on there. Apparently this happens. But I'm going to read a few things. I don't want to read the entire article, but just to get you up to speed for those who do not know this case. But she was 18 years old. She basically just got her driver's license, was going to be going to college. And she had, earlier the day that all this takes place, she had went to her 70th birthday party for their grandfather, her and her sister who was 16. They went there, and then apparently there is a party. She attends a party. I believe she goes with a friend. School year had just ended, and most teenagers showed up at a party, which was held in a large field. A huge bonfire lit. That's what they do in Kentucky, you know. They do that in Arizona too, you know, where I'm from. And in the middle of the field, there was loud music and plenty of beer. And that's what they do, like, in country kind of places. Paige and her cousin left the party early, leaving Brooke behind. So she got left behind. Apparently there was a situation, as the night wore on, Brooke's friend, so a friend was there, became more interested in spending time with one of the teenage boys and basically abandoned her at the party. So she was very upset about it, but she, stayed at the party. She had no ride home. So she had no way to get home, but she hung out at the party. Probably figured at the end of the night, maybe she could get a ride with someone and everything. She had a good time. After midnight, bumped into one of her classmates from high school who had been drinking heavily. Obviously, that one she can't get a ride with. So she searches the party for someone sober enough to drive. Runs into 24-year-old Joshua Henley. She didn't know him well, and he's kind of older. What's he doing at a party with a bunch of high schoolers? Okay, but he's there. Okay, she didn't know him well. She had been introduced to him before, so it was a very, I met him once before kind of thing, and she had been introduced, and apparently he was a friend of her ex-boyfriend, Jared. So she had an ex-boyfriend, and they kind of knew each other. She asked Joshua if he could drive her. And apparently her classmate, I think the classmate is a boy. So about 3 a.m., it's getting real late here, they dropped off Brooke's drunk classmate to his home. So the guy gets dropped off at 3 in the morning. But for some reason, Joshua took Brooke back to his place. Now, this is where it's sketchy, because it seems like this little one wanted to go home, okay? But for whatever reasoning, it says his reasoning for this never has been made clear. Okay, so maybe he said, hey, I got to stop home before I do this, that. That's what I kind of think goes on. Okay, his home was in a nice but isolated area, and Brooke was somewhat familiar with the area and everything. So now, Joshua was going through a divorce at the time, and his home was in foreclosure. So he's a little stressed out, right? But he still had, the water and electricity had been shut off already. So he was about to be foreclosed. Okay, now keep noting that. He's about to be foreclosed. That's important. And then she tried calling her older sister. She had been drinking. So everybody's drinking in Kentucky. Okay? And her younger sister, the 16-year-old, didn't have a driver's license. so she didn't know how to get home. So she had messaged her ex-boyfriend, Jared. Jared, he was able to go to the party that night. He was working at the time, so he was working overnight. So he's working late hours. And there was a lot of back and forth, can I get a ride? So she texted him about 4 o'clock in the morning and everything. And then, but he told her he couldn't leave work. So there is a little bit of concern because at 4:26, Brooke texts Jared and she's very upset. Please hurry up and come get her. So she's very concerned about this. Now, we'll get into that. So we've got that. Jared couldn't leave work. And he didn't see them at the time because he was working. So Brooke texts Jared for the final time at 5:30. Now this is where I'm kind of, my feeler is up. She told him she was fine to disregard the early text message. I don't think she sent that. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think that final one, that I'm fine, disregard the text message, I don't think she sent that. Okay, just my my feelers going off, okay? So pretty much, so she goes, next day, she never makes it home. And apparently, let me just sum it up here, is that this guy, what happens is, he claims she left, whatever, but there's a fire in his house. And the couch where she had been sitting on and everything, there had been a fire. And it completely burned up the couch. Now, let's think about this. If your home is about to be foreclosed, you probably don't care if something goes up in smoke, right? You don't care about damage. So it makes me wonder, did she really smoke a cigarette and set a fire on accident? Or was he trying to burn evidence? So that's pretty much a lot of people, and I'm sure the cops are on it, speculate that that he's behind it, is what it pretty much, the article pretty much comes down here, is that, he's behind it. But she's been missing all this time. But I feel they're getting closer. Kind of look what they're looking at. And he's, of course, the last person who ever saw her. And then and he claims he woke up in the morning and she's gone. That's what he's saying. Is that the thing? Well, we're going to look at tarot to kind of do that. So I just wanted to kind of clue you in. That's the only article I've read. There's quite a bit of info in there. So he's obviously the main suspect. So we're going to kind of see, was she really spooked as she just got out and it was a stranger? Is it this guy? What's going on? And it would be really stupid of him, but that's what people do, to do something to her when everybody knows pretty much that she was there. Okay? So we know that. But, why did he just take her home? Okay? I have a feeling that he just kind of made up some stuff. Oh, I'm going to go home. Maybe I'm going to chill out. She was looking for a sober person, but maybe he said I had to go home for a little bit. And he kept kind of delaying some things as she started getting real nervous. But she was nervous about something. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, that last text, when I read that, I don't think that was her. I don't think that was her text message. I don't think she ever messaged saying she's fine. I feel she was very adamant that she wanted her ex-boyfriend to pick her up. Okay? So we're going to look at this. We're going to focus on Brooklyn. Brooklyn Farthing. Come on, guys, show me what happened. Yeah, but what's a guy that age being around all those people for? I mean, he's a married guy in the middle of a divorce. He's going to hang out with a bunch of teenagers. I mean, maybe there were some college-age people there. I don't know. But he's even a little beyond college age. 24 is kind of getting up there, okay? Especially Conveniently drops the guy off first. But we'll see. Maybe she walked out. We'll check it out. So I've got the Queen of Cups, so that makes me feel her. I would have to look at her birthday. She could be a water sign. So this card came up for me with the last person too. You know, very sensitive, probably an empath herself, innocent type of person. I believe the reason why the Queen is showing for her, even though she's 18, as she was just coming of age. She just turned 18, becoming an adult. She just got her driver's license. So she was just barely getting into adulthood. And I believe that's why the Queen shows versus a page or something, or, you know, whatnot. And I do have that Judgment card, the Eon card. So I'm hoping it doesn't mean that judgment comes in the afterlife. But the dead do talk in the Judgment card. I do look at that as well. We should receive some more news on this year. You know, we're in the last few months here. With the Princess of Swords, some new evidence here. This is not such a shut case. So the young man, I would call him young, but he's 24, shows as a Knight of Swords, which could be a little reckless and everything like that. That kind of rushing into things. Let's go ahead and look what we got. The case will be solved. I've got the completion card. They pretty much know it's him. I feel things will go in a certain favor that is fortunate for the family, that they will get some kind of justice. I've got the Wheel of Fortune. But yeah, I've got that cruelty card. So something very tragic went down. And did it go in the house? Yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel comes. I feel we have a good chance of being found. I look at the happiness card. That makes me feel her. She's very happy about the way things were going in her life. Just, you know, a good kid. I get my driver's license. I graduate. I'm ready, you know, to do a little adulting and things like that. This was a really big time in her life. Now, looking at the Two of Swords energy here, that makes me feel her choice. You know, what do I do here? How do I get to a party? She had a couple options there, and then she inevitably went with this guy. But I feel some hesitancy in making that choice. And she was a little bit worried. She already didn't feel comfortable about it. But I believe because the other guy was with her, you know, someone she knew, a friend, at first she felt okay. But, you know, he gets dropped off, and then she's not dropped off at home and stuff like that. Got the disappointment card. Let me look at that a little bit here. Okay, so that actually makes me feel the ex-boyfriend, the Prince of Cups, you know, with everything, the way it went down and everything. I feel he feels a little bit guilty that he did not pick her up. He didn't just leave work and stuff like that. Yeah, I've got that failure card. So that makes me feel him as it's touching his card. You know, he feels guilty that he did not get her. We know he has an alibi. We know he was at work. He needs to definitely release that burden. I've got the lust card, so I do feel something like with maybe a sexual assault type of situation, that was the intent to take her to the house is what I've got. So we do have that lust card showing. No surprise there. And the mother is really big on this. I've got the Empress card, trying to find her daughter and everything. And I know the mother definitely feels something happened to her. I've got the Power card, so I feel she was overpowered in her circumstances. She's only like maybe 102 pounds here. That kind of energy. Yeah, I feel like he tries to be all nice and stuff with the Knight of Cups. He tries to be all nice and sweet, but then we don't really get our way, do we? And then we've got a little bit more of that Knight of Swords. And I've got that Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is about what's right, what's wrong, and things like that. So I feel like she's like, hey, you know, I can't do this, whatever. I feel this is an innocent girl. Let me put it that way. She's a pretty innocent girl. You know, that's not her style or anything like that. I do feel they'll be successful in charging someone. I've got the Success card. And we've got the Moon to kind of represent the mystery. Go ahead and look a little bit more. Yeah, I've got that Victory card. Yep, I definitely feel something happened there. There was some kind of sexual assault. Someone's going to go to jail. I've got the Eight of Swords. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. Eight of Swords. So I'm going to use my homemade deck that I've got, and then we'll try to get some keywords to see if we can figure out where she could possibly be. But yeah, I definitely, that fire is, it's suspect. I mean, oh, you just happen to have a fire on your couch. Okay. And that would burn, you know, and they couldn't find any kind of DNA evidence on that couch. They weren't able to find anything. Yeah, but the poor, the ex-boyfriend, I feel a terrible feeling in my stomach, like feeling guilty. Did not just up and leave work, especially when he saw. Well, obviously he saw the one message about her being worried after she had already said it, and something may have already happened by then. I think she got real. When your danger instincts go off. You know, that's what I think was happening to her. Okay, so let's see. I look at the card trust. He somehow gained her trust, is what I kind of feel. Because this feels very, I got that, I'm on the fence, that, but somehow he gains her trust. And that's how, but I've got the card mask. That makes me feel he's presenting himself one way, but then the mask inevitably, of course, comes off. Okay, so he's being kind of fakey here about who he really is. And then he gains her trust somehow. So somewhere in this, I feel after we drop off the one guy, we somehow talk, we gain trust, we get there. She's kind of a little vulnerable, probably had a little bit to drink, this and that. Not sure, what can she do? She can't force this guy to drive her home. I do have the card murder, so I do believe she was murdered. Sadly, I'm very sorry to say that. I have the card someone knows something. Sorry, my handwriting is terrible, guys. Someone knows something. So I believe there is this one guy, but I feel someone else knows what happened. And that may be part of the downfall of this situation. I feel they took her down a road. So I feel, they took her down a road. They drove her out of the location. And also there was a physical assault as well. But yeah, I wonder who knows something. Someone knows something. And it does say someone they knew. So she didn't just wander out of that house and a stranger. The person who murders her is someone she knows. And we know that obviously this guy, we gain the trust. He has a mask on. Okay. He's wearing a mask. There is a murder. There is also a physical assault, and someone knows something. So we're going to work on keywords. Oh, poor darling. You're so young. Oh, Lord. It breaks my heart. So it's definitely not a stranger. And this is obviously, she knows him now because they went on that thing. Okay, so we get my phone by me. Look at the article. Okay, actually, let me put my cards away. I know they have a lot of energy, but I'm going to need to do some writing. Oh, poor little darling. So young. Oh, people, they just need to go down. I hate to see it when people get away with stuff. And the fact that this has been like this all these years is just heartbreaking that it's like it all these years. So, let me get her name down on here. Okay. Brookelyn, Farthing. 18 years old. Okay. And what was that place in Kentucky she's at? Berea, Kentucky. Okay. Let me get my phone ready. I'm hearing the word cavern. Now, I wonder if there is a, like, they definitely didn't go to a cavern, but I feel there might be a cavern nearby where she was. Now, I wonder if there's a place called Cavern. Very curious. Berea, Kentucky, and Cavern.
Cavern around Livingston. Here you go.
Now, I don't see a place called Cavern, but... Okay, let me put that to the side. It could, now, unless it means cave, it is possible maybe they mean cave. C-A-V-E is in the word. Because when I look for the word cavern, I'm coming up to caves. Now, let me look at that. Caves and Berea, Kentucky. There are caves and mines in Berea, Kentucky. I do notice that. Yeah, there are several. I feel she might be in a cave. I was hearing it first I thought it was cavern, but see, you have to understand when I hear it's really, it's like trying to tune. Like, say you have a radio station, it's kind of sketch. You know, it's kind of what do you call that with that noise, the static? Okay, you have static. And then you got to turn the dial to try to get good sound and to hear things clear. So that's what I do is I hear things and I'm trying to turn the dial. So I have a feeling she might be in a cave is what I'm feeling. That because apparently there's a lot of caves in Berea, Kentucky. Okay, so I have a feeling we might be in a cave. There's all kinds of them here, which is kind of weird. Caves in Berea. Let me see. Oh, there is some caverns. Unless it is cavern. So let's just say cave or cavern. No, they have caves there. So I feel like we might be near a cave or in one. Yeah, they've got them right there. Carter Cave, State Park, Crystal Ox Cave. She might be in a cave. Okay, let me leave it at that. Let me try to get more. Okay. I see like a winding road, like this road winds. It's not, you know how you'll here, like road. This is like this kind of thing. I wonder if we're going up a mountain. Maybe that's part of the reason for a winding road. If there's like maybe a cave on a mountain or something like that. But I've got like this very winding road. Curious something. Hold on. Hear the word Stein or Stin. Let me see. Stein in Berea, Kentucky. Stein. I'm going to put that to the side. Stein. Unless it's sign. Sign. I think it's the word sign is what they're trying to say. So there is, okay. So I think there's a winding road. There's a sign that might be, that leads to maybe like a cave-like thing. I feel we might be in a cave-like thing. But there's a winding road, and then there might be a sign there. But I feel we might go up something. Like if there is like a mountain leading to the cave. Are there any mountains with caves on them in Berea, Kentucky? I'm really pushing it.
According to Line of Cedars, WordPress.com, while Indian Fort Mountain, near Berea, Kentucky, isn't a large mountain, it does offer a lot of views, cliffs, and caves.
Okay, get this. While Indian Fort Mountain, near Berea, Kentucky, isn't a large mountain, it does offer a lot of views, cliffs, and caves. Indian Fort Mountain. That's a possibility. I feel she's in a cave, and I feel she's up a mountain. And I feel there's a windy road. I wish I could kind of see what the road is that leads to go up this mountain. So there's this Indian Fort Mountain. And that is near Berea. It's not in Berea, but it's near Berea. And it's got a cave. It's got a cave up the mountain. It's got actually more than one. It says a lot of views, cliffs, and caves. It's very possible we're in that vicinity. I have a feeling we're in that vicinity. There are some other mountains there, but that one is popping up. So I feel we go up a mountain, is what I feel. I feel like a wind road. We go up a mountain, and I feel we may be in a cave. It's crazy. I know that sounds crazy. I can always be wrong. You know, I try to get it from the guides. You know, I try to get the guides to talk. But that is a possibility that what we did. But I definitely do feel this person is definitely behind it. This is not, she did not up and leave and everything. She's out in the boons. You know, she just wants a ride and everything like that. But I definitely do feel they took her back there, you know, for some ill intent. And when they didn't get their way, that's what I feel something dramatic happens. And everything like that. So, but she did not walk away on her own. I definitely do not get that. But somehow he gains her trust. And I feel this is somebody who, even though she's a country girl, you know, because she is, I still feel there was a little bit of street smart in her. But I feel like she was so desperate, you know, stuck at this party, not knowing what to do. You know, and then this part, oh yeah, I'll take you home. Your friend will be in there and everything, you know. But then once dropped off, I feel she started getting real nervous and stuff like that. But I feel there is an excuse made that I'm going to go home and hang out and stuff like that. And then maybe oh yeah, I'll take you home. I'll take you home later and stuff like that. You know, some excuse. And then that never happens. And then she starts getting nervous because we're not getting in the car and going home and everything like that. But I don't feel she left that text message, the final one. That wasn't her. I would bet my bottom dollar that wasn't her that left that message. Okay, so I have a feeling they should. I wish cops would watch our videos. I really do, but they really need to check out that mountain area and check out the caves. It's possible they could find some bones in there. But that's what I'm kind of feeling is that's where she got taken to. I do hope you guys enjoyed my video. And make sure to like and subscribe.